everybody, happy Saturday. So this is my first YouTube video ever. So for those who don't know me, my name is Emma, and I'm living in Toronto now for past 4 years, and I moved here from Eastern Europe, from a small country called Latvia. So I guess I want to make my first video about talking about a comparison between those two countries and just my experience now living here. So let's get into it. So the first thing I want to point out is to talk about is shopping. So we have this really big mall in Toronto. It's called Eden Centre. It's very packed. It's very crowded, but it's full of good stores. So if you want to actually buy nice clothes, it's a really good place to go downtown. But it's very packed. So for those who are like me, who don't really like big crowds of people, it's not the best place. Especially, I cannot spend more than 1 hour there. So I just go in, I buy something, and I go out, and I cannot like really hang out in there, get a coffee. On a contrary, in my home country in Latvia, the malls and shopping experience is very different. So usually it's more relaxing. So it's like a good day you can spend with a friend or with your parents, just to hang out, drink a coffee, because the stores and the malls are generally very empty, very empty. So you can really hang out and walk and shop at your own pace, and which is really good because you're not really pressured to buy something which you might not need, as I often feel like here, because I really want to get out of there because there's so many people. So just buy something and get out. But there you can really take your time in your shopping experience. But the question is, if the stores are so empty, how do they even exist or make money? But somehow the malls are existing still, and yeah, it's very different experience back home. So next topic I want to discuss is medicine. So here it's very going to doctor's appointment is kind of different. So there is such thing as walk-in clinic. You can go there same day if you have any problem, but you do have to wait like an hour or two to speak to doctor, and it's usually very fast. Like you go in, and then next patient goes in, and they prescribe you something like under 5 minutes or so, 5-10 minutes. There back home, you cannot really go anywhere the same day mostly. There is an appointment you should make, but the actual appointment is more in depth. Like the doctor really will take time to hear you out and find a solution for your problem, where in Canada it's kind of like you in and out kind of thing, like very fast. But there is also a family doctor in Canada, which I have no idea how to get because I feel like it's very difficult. I heard you need to go and wait in a queue or whatever. But yeah, it seems like it's almost impossible to get a family doctor. But I guess once you have that, then you don't really have to wait in those long lines anymore. So yeah, in terms of activities, obviously it's a bigger city. There is a little bit more to do here. And back home, it's kind of like you go and run in the same people and do the same things and hang out in the same area. So whether you want it or not, you're gonna meet like people from your elementary school and stuff like that, and the activities are mostly limited. Like there's one movie theater, there's a couple of restaurants here, but after that, like what else is there to do? While in Toronto, there's just more stuff. There's more food places, there's more like bowling or any kind of activities for groups. There's more yoga centers, I think. Just like more activities I think you can find for yourself. But yeah, and then in terms of food, I also don't really have that of opinion. I think there's a lot of good restaurants in Toronto, especially with Asian cuisine, because it's very popular, which might be better quality than back home. However, other products and a level of service I do find better back home. And there's not that many like American type of stores back home, such as like Starbucks. Like it doesn't exist back home. We do have McDonald's, and we do have like KFC, which opened like a couple years ago with a huge line since it opened, even though it's just like a fast food store. But yeah, we do have a more cute coffee shops, but nothing big like this. And in terms of shopping as well, like we don't have like a Victoria's Secret. We do have it in Latvian airport, but we don't have it outside of that, which is kind of like weird. Why would it be an airport? So only when you're traveling you can shop there. And then I don't know if I went through everything. Yeah, I guess to mention there is like more, like the homelessness level is in both countries pretty much the same. It's just more calm back home. Like they're more like, you feel more safe because no one is really screaming at you. Like in Toronto, it's kind of like you always have to watch out because there's tons of crazy people, which is not ideal, especially if you commute to work like me, like in a subway. Not the safest place to go to work because you never know when somebody will scream at you, and you never know. So that is I guess the last point I wanted to make. I hope that was helpful in any way for those who move here, and bye guys.